Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to my live presentation of the business template discussion. I had promised that I was going to discuss the business template before I give it to you so that you can get clarity. And so this morning, I'm going to try as much as possible to help you understand if you are going to write your business plan, what you need to do to be able to get that template out and properly. So you are a startup business and you're thinking about going ahead of business. Now, if you don't get clarity, trust me, you would be winking in the dark. And so you would start that business, but you'll not be able to upskill. And one of the things that I try to teach people as a business consultant is I tell people that if you're going to get business, if you're going to start your business, you are going to have your own clarity. And that clarity that you're going to bring is going to help you first by having a business plan. Now, the business plan is supposed to be a driver. It's supposed to be something that will help you take you from point A to point B. And it's also supposed to give you clarity. So it's supposed to help you show, what am I going to be able to do with this business? How am I going to be able to present myself with this business? And also, what am I going to be able to achieve with this business? So it's important you get that clarity. And the only way you can get that clarity is by writing a business plan. So this morning, I'm going to be giving you people free templates, but I want us to discuss those templates so that when you get the business plan templates, you'll be able to understand how you are going to put that together into a document that it's bankable. Remember, a lot of times the bank don't even give you a loan because very few people understand how to write a business plan. And if you don't write your business plan properly, the bank is not going to be able to give you a loan. So my discussion with you today is to be able to help each and every one of you who is starting your own business to understand how you want to put this thing out there in a way that everybody understands. So the first thing that is going to happen is, in writing a business plan, you're going to have an executive summary. Now, with the executive summary, you are going to have to write, what is the mission of your company? How do you want to be seen? How do you want people to perceive you? The definition, the mission statement is supposed to be a definition of the business, who it serves, what it does, its objectives, and its approach in reaching those objectives. So in writing your business plan, remember that, what is my company going to do? Who am I going to serve? Let me give you an instance. If you're going to open a school, who are you going to serve? Who would be the people that this school will serve? Is it from 0 to 6 months? Is it from 0 to 12 years? Is it from 0 to 10 years? Is it from 0 to 20 years? You need to be able to have that definition. So don't start business and say, oh, you're serving everybody. No, you can't serve everybody. So your mission is supposed to say, who are you serving? What will this business do? And then what is the objective of this business as you begin to go forward? In that executive summary, as you start, that's what you will first write. Then the next thing is your vision. Your vision is a description of the desired state of your company. How do you want this company to be seen? The people who are working for you, how do you want them to see you? The people who are seeing your company, how successful do you want to portray yourself to them? You want to show them how success will look like and what success will feel. So remember that when you're writing your business plan. And then also, as you begin to write your executive summary, you need to also understand that in your executive summary that you're writing, there are so many other things that you will put in place. Your product. What is that product that you are serving? Sometimes organizations start off with different products. You cannot just begin with one product. Sometimes you can have 2 products, sometimes you can have 1 product. But whatever it is, you need to give an overview of the product that you're putting out there. Now, the leadership. Who are the people who will be in charge of the leadership of this organization? You need to be able to put that down. Who are the manager? What will they do? Write it down. Are you going to have a general manager? Are you going to have a sales manager? Are you going to have a production manager? Are you going to have a maintenance manager? Are you just going to have executives? You need to be able to define that as well. Okay? And then you will now give an overview of the industry that you are in. What industry are you going to serve? What industry do you want to be seen serving? Give a brief description and an outline of that whole industry. Say, for instance, if you're in oil and gas, what industry are you serving? If you are in education, that's the industry you are serving. So you need to give an overview description of that industry. This is because once you write that industry, you know exactly what you are going on for. Now, another thing you need to also understand is you need to give a brief description of your competition. Your competition are those people who are competing with you in that business. More often than not, a lot of people say, I'm entering this business. I don't really know who are my competitors. If you don't know who your competition is, you've already failed. So you need to be able to know this business you are going into, who are your competitors? A lot of times people go into business and they don't even know who their competition is. You will not be able to upskill. You need to be able to know who your competition is. So in your business plan, give a brief outline of the competitors. Do you have 3 competitions? Do you have 2 competitors? Do you have 5 competitors? You need to be able to outline that. And if you do that, you need to also know the financial status and how much you need to be able to get money from investors. So more time than ever, nobody just begins business and then goes into business thinking, oh, I have all the money. Often than not, a lot of people do not have business, do not do business without money. They leverage on other people's money. They leverage on other people's businesses. They leverage on other people's ideas. They leverage on other people's financials. So when you now go to the financial status of your business, make sure that you give details of your financial status. And then make sure that you give details of how much money you need from investors to be able to upscale that business. Do not sit down and think that, oh, when I start business, then I will know how much I need. That does not work. You need to start business, and as you start business, before you start that business, you know exactly how much money you need. If you're needing 100 million, you know it's already 100 million. If you're needing 50 million, you know it's 50 million. If you're needing 10 million, you know it's 10 million. And then also, you need to now outline your future plan. What is the future plan of that business? What is the milestone you want to achieve when you begin this business? And I tell people, if you're going to start a business, have a vision of yourself, where you want to be when you begin this business. What are the kind of things that you want to do from this business? What are the things that you're envisaging and where you hope to be from that business? Because it is that vision that you carry in your head that will help you to push through in order to drive your momentum. More often than not, when we want to start business, there's something I call analysis paralysis. You get into so much analysis that you paralyze your own movement. Don't get into that analysis paralysis. Get into the stage of writing down where you want to go and what you want to achieve. That way, you will not get into analysis paralysis, and you'll be able to do this as you go forward. Secondly, you now begin to write about this organization. Who are the hem of this organization? And you'll do that by drawing an organizational chart. Who are the people who are going to be in charge of this organization? Are you going to be the managing director? You write that down. You write what they will do for the business, how long they will be in the industry, what they have achieved in their industry, and a fun fact about what you kind of like the person to be. Another thing I would advise you when you're writing down your business plan is have a profile of the kind of staffing that you want. Having that profile helps you to know the kind of people you would employ. Having that profile helps you to know when you see somebody that, good, this is the kind of person I want for my business. But if you don't have an organizational profile of the kind of people you want to employ, you will employ just about anybody. And let me give you a caveat here. Family is beautiful, family is good. But if your family member is not going to bring value, you want to keep them as an advisor. Only employ a family member when you know that they're going to bring value to the organization, please. So once you write your organization, who are going to be in charge of that organization, you have to do an organizational map. That organizational map is going to tell you what the leadership is, what the marketing organization will be like, what the financial organization will be like, what your brand will be like, what your strategy is going to be like, how you will budget going forward with this business, and how your accounting system will be. Until you write all this, then you will begin to now give a business description of what you plan to do. Now, in that business plan, you have to write a comprehensive business description of the business operation. How do you want to operate this business? How do you want to persuade prospective investment that this business is a promising venture? Because remember, you are just starting off. And because you're just starting off, you need to be able to tell people that this business is a promising venture. Now remember, if you cannot tell anybody about your business in 1 minute, you don't know what business you are. So you need to be able to tell people what is your product, and the clarity of that product or that service that you're offering in your business, and the functionality of that service, and the possibility of offering diverse products or categories is what will help you to know exactly what you're doing. And then you also need to know that you must identify your target market, customer base. I see people doing business and they say, oh, I'm doing business for everybody. No, you can't do business for everybody. If you're doing business, have a target customer base. What is your target customer base? And how will that business differentiate itself from the other industry? And that is the reason why you write about the industry. The industry that you are in. Once you're able to identify it, you're able to say, my own business, this is what it will do in this industry. And so you will show what you're doing differently as opposed what every other person is doing, okay? And then in writing in that industry, you can also assess the potential growth and the potential opportunities that are in that industry and the expansion projects that are in that industry that your business will be able to grow from and draw from. Never forget, you can never, ever, ever serve everybody. A lot of people say, oh, I'm serving everybody. No, you can't serve everybody. Serve a particular group of people. Make your product beautiful and very lovely. So that way, nobody can push you out of the market. Have a niche for yourself. Have something that differentiates you from every other service that is in that industry. Let me tell you something. Do you know that the people who started Airbnb, they started Airbnb because they found out that when you go to a country to rent, the customers, the landlord and the laws in that country were becoming so difficult and they couldn't find accommodation. And so when they went and sat back, they decided, oh wow, if we cannot find accommodation, other people are having problems with accommodation. So what do we do differently? So they decided to start Airbnb, whereby you have your house up, but you can give out your rent space out, and then you make money from that. So don't reinvent the wheel. You can look at an existing business and just look at something that is so beautiful and add a problem. Look at a problem that is in that niche and then bring a solution to that problem, and then you're able to draw wealth from it or draw a business from it. Don't always think that because somebody is doing something you can't do. You can't do it, but you must bring a difference to it. That is the beauty that you add to your business. Now, once you have written that business description, remember, like I said, in that business description, add your product. You can have a future product as you go front. Remember that you are not doing business for yourself. You're doing business for other people. So it is not what you like. It is what there is a need for. And so in your business plan, always remember that you must include that. Secondly, always remember that in writing about your competitor and your competition, have a SWOT analysis. What are the strengths of your competition? What strengths do your competitors have? What weaknesses do they have? What opportunities are there in that industry that you see? And then what are the threats that are in that industry that if you do not take care, you can collapse? All right. And that means that you need to pay attention to regulations. You need to pay attention to what is happening, because If you're able to identify your customers and evaluate their standing within the industry, you will know what they provide. You will know what service they offer. You'll be able to assess their strengths and weaknesses, and then you'll be able to analyze their sales and branding, and that will help you to bring out a strategy that will be good to drive you forward. And remember, you are not in competition for war. You are in competition for collaboration, all right? I want us to move from that place where we get into business and we think we're fighting a war. You're not fighting a war with anybody. There's going to get a time where you are going to collaborate. So as you write your business plan, look for opportunities where, as you're beginning to drive your business forward, you'll be able to approach that business in a way that you can also collaborate. Now, you will now write about your target market. Who are your target market? When you write about your target market, try to create a buyer's persona. For instance, do you want to deal with the yuppies? Do you want to deal with young professionals? Do you want your class of people who are buying from you to be teenagers? Do you want the people who are coming to you to buy from you are moms to be? Do you want the people who are coming to you? What age bracket are you? This will give you clarity when you begin to sell and when you begin to market. So you look at that and you say, I want people who are just about to get a pay rise. I want my service to service people who are just getting more in savings. I want my service to service people who have busy schedules. I want my product to be able to see moms who are working late, you know, those kind of things. So have a business persona of the kind of people that you want to buy from you. And in creating that, make sure that you have like 5 different personas of the kind of persons who you want. And this will help you understand what you get more clarity on who and who you would serve and who you would give that business to. Then, not forgetting your marketing plan. What will be your marketing plan? How do you want to attain this marketing market? How do you want to get out into the market to get your own share of the market? A lot of business start businesses without a marketing plan. No. When you start your business, before you even start your business, have a marketing plan in place. You would sit down and elaborate your product, you will sit down and elaborate your service, and then you will explore the means by which you want to communicate this service and this business to others. And then you want to be able to know, how do you emphasize the unique selling proposition that you have, that is yours alone, that other people will have to drive and get value from. And in analyzing that, you need to be able to know that what is the existing challenge that you are solving, and so you'll be able to put that out there. You'll be able to provide that solution, and you'll be able to put it in the face of people that this is the solution I'm putting out, and this will help people to buy from you. Now also, in writing your marketing plan, you must be able to know who are those people that you want, your preferred audience that you want to buy from you, and then you want to use that knowledge to your advantage. Because when you look at your business persona, you look at what you're offering, you look at the thing, your value that you're bringing, it will help you to put that marketing strategy out there. I did a video about marketing strategy, and I'm going to do that again in depth. I'll put it on the YouTube. Kindly watch that so that it will tell you how you can strategize yourself in terms of marketing. Now, in writing your marketing plan, do not forget the 4 P's of marketing. And what are the 4 P's? Your product, your price, your promotion, and your place. So your product refers to the physical goods that you're selling. How do you want to design it? How do you want to package it? How do you want to brand it? What quality do you want to put to that product? Remember that. Your price refers to the amount that the customers will pay. Now, price decision is influenced by the cost of your production and your competition and customer demand. I find people, because somebody is selling for 5 naira or $5 or 5 pence, you want to sell for 2. No. You need to check how much is your product. How much did it cost you to produce that product? How much is it going to cost you to be able to make a profit? How much is it going to cost you if there is no demand for it, and if there's a demand for it? That is what you define your pricing. Don't just price because other people are pricing what they are pricing, okay? Promotion. This includes all the communication activities that the company is going to use in order to promote that product. This will include advertising. Remember that when you start a business, you must advertise. You must have your sales promotion. You must have your price, public relation, and then you must have your personal selling strategy of how you want to get people to know your product and how you want to get people to buy your product. And then your place. Place is not your office. Place is the location in which and the channel that you want to use to distribute your product to customer. A lot of people say place is your office. No, place is not your office. Place is where do you want to put this product? Do you want to take it out in the marketplace? Do you want to put it in supermarkets? Do you want to sell it online? Do you want to sell it by word of mouth? Do you want to just carry your car and put it in the boot and go and stand somewhere and ring a bell? That's the place where you're going to sell your product. And this also includes your physical store, your online store, your marketplace, and all your distribution networks. Okay? Now, in writing your financials, remember that you must remember your startup and your equipment cost. You must remember your marketing and advertising cost. You must remember your daily operations. You must remember your salaries. You must remember what is going to cost you to put that whole thing together as a business. And then you must also look at what revenue you're going to put out there, what expenses you're going to have, and then what your profit will be. If you don't put together all this, you will not understand your financials. So people start off business and they don't know how much it costs them to start business. You are not in a business. If you're going to start a business and you want to do this properly, make sure that you put your startup cost, make sure that you know the equipment that you need for that business, make sure that you add your marketing and advertising cost to that business, your financials. Make sure that your daily operations is captured, and then make sure that you know totally how much it's going to cost your revenue to be able to drive that business. And then make sure that you know what expenses is going to cost you to drive that business before you take out your profit. And hey, you spend from your profit. You don't spend from your capital. I need to just chip that in. A lot of times people spend, when they make money, they spend everything. No. Have a system in place whereby you're able to ascertain how much you make profit on every product and how much you make profit on every service that you are offering. Why do you need to do this? Because it will help you to plan. You plan from your profits. You don't spend with your capital. That is why you look at some businesses, 1 year down the line, the business is out because you were spending all the money you were getting. You don't do that. If you're starting a business, make sure that you know what your capital is and make sure that the product you're offering out there, you know how much it costs you to produce that product and how much is your profit, and you spend from your profit. Okay? Now, in writing about your future plan, remember that you are going to have to make, for instance, let's say I'm starting a business. In writing my business plan, I want to say my future plan, maybe 2025, I hope to make a profit of $2,050,000 or £2,050,000, 2,050,000 naira, as the case may be. And then you can say, in 2024, I want to be able to get 2 awards. I want to be able to put myself in London, in America, in UK. I want to be able to put myself in Abuja, in Lagos, in Kaduna, or I want to be able to put myself in Cotonou. You know, you need to be able to have those future plans. And then by 2027, I want to be able to expand, whereby I have 50 customers, 50 staff, I'm in 3 different countries, I'm in 3 different nations. You know, you have to do that. You have to have that future projection plan in your business plan. Because if you don't have that future plan in your business plan, you are going to be working and you do not have a plan in place. So have a plan in place of where you are going, have a plan in place of what you want to do in 2 years, in 3 years. And what I advise people to do is have a plan in place for 5 years. Because if you have a plan in place for 5 years, you'll be able to chart the future vision of that business and then look at it with no limitations. Look at, where do I want to go? Where do I want to be? Dream big. Envisage grand expansion project. Envisage big openings. Envisage significant partnership. Envisage the impact you want to make on the industries. Envisage how you want to inspire potential investors to share their optimism for your business. And look, the world is big. Don't dream small dreams. Dream big. Because when you dream big, you will be able to achieve it. The Bible says that whatsoever you conceive and you believe, you will achieve. You know, a lot of people attribute that saying to Franklin. It's not. It's in the Bible. God himself said it. He said, whatever you're able to conceive and whatever you believe, you'll be able to achieve. Today, I want to let you know that in writing your business plan, if you're able to achieve all this write-up and you do that properly, you will be able to scale a business in a manner and way that you are not ashamed, you're not afraid, and you know where you're going to. And putting that business plan into a document helps you to even go to the bank and say, hey, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. And once the bank sees your plan and sees where you're going, they'll also be able to say, oh, this is a serious business person, and they'll be able to give you that money. I remember when I did UWIN, I'm also a recipient of UWIN. And when I applied for UWIN, I mean, it was an afterthought. People were talking about it, and I just said, okay, well, let me apply. And the application was going to be 12 midnight finished. I think I submitted my application 11:40 p.m. Just about 20 minutes to the end of UWIN. And guess what? I won. And how did I win that UWIN? Because when I projected myself, I put it out properly. I asked for 4 million, I got 10. I was given 10 million naira grants by the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a UWIN winner to do my business. And when they came into my office, they were amazed at my documentation. They were amazed at how far ago I've started business, and I had all that captured. So when you begin your business, make sure that you track your finances, you track your expenditure, and you know exactly what you're going to. You don't know where tomorrow you will need it. I started business since 2001. UWIN was 2012. But I have documentations of my business from the time that I started that business all the way till that period. And when my facilitator came to see my documentation, they were amazed at how much I had put my documents together. I'm saying all this to tell you that you are not going to be able to do any business properly if you don't have proper documentation. Remember, I tell my staff, the job is not done until the paperwork is done. So remember your paperwork. In starting your business, do not forget your paperwork. Do not forget looking at your financials. Do not forget having to know where you're going from. And once in a while, that business plan is a roadmap, so you can tweak it a bit, look at it this way, and see how you can change some things, especially going by the trends and what is happening in the society. But above everything, if you do not have a business plan, it's going to be difficult for you to work properly. Because when the challenges come, because they would come, you would not know where to drive money. You would not know where to go to. You would not know how you can overcome this because you didn't do a SWOT analysis. But if you do a SWOT analysis and you look at your own weakness, you'll be able to know how you can change that weakness into a strength. I hope I've been able to help you in trying to build a business plan, and I hope I've been able to show you how you can write your business plan. And I'm going to be sharing this, a link for those who had told me that they want a template of the business plan. Kindly download it between now and Wednesday, because if you do not, you may have to pay for it. But for those of you who have watched today, and for those of you who had said you wanted the template of the business plan, I would send a link in my bio. I will send a link on my page, and I'm expecting that all of you will get that business plan template, and you'll be able to know how you can write your own business plan. By the way, I'm a business consultant, and if you need for me to consult for you and to show you how you can drive your business properly, contact me. I'll also have that link in on my page, and then I would also be able to take your questions if you have any questions or if you have any concerns, and I'll really be able to help you grow your business. My desire is that there will be lots of business, and Nigerians particularly will be able to drive themselves to a place where everybody can start a business, and we all can be business people. Because hey, there are problems all over the world. There are solutions that need to be found. Every kind of thing that you can exchange as a skill, as a product, as a service for money can become a tool for business. So people say, oh, I'm not a business type. All of us are business people. If you know how to exchange or talk, you are a business person already. I'm rooting for you. Like I always say, creation is waiting for you to manifest your blessings. Because if you do not manifest, the world is going to be waiting for someone to come up with that solution. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this session has been really helpful, and I hope that you'll be able to start off your business without fear. Don't get into the stage of analysis paralysis, but stay up there and know that you'd always find help. I'm your mentor, Dr. Gunana Dingi, and I'm always here if you need any help. Contact me. Take care, stay blessed, and manifest.